we're going to 2018 with our 10th entry. This is Children of the Corn Runaway. I kind of like this one. Fuck you. You know what? After you don't get to say shit after what you just fucking put as your number 2, okay? Yeah. It's not super high. This is my number 5.
11. This is
your worst?
I did not like this one.
How? What? There's no consistency. So the one that's not a Children of the Corn film, you liked because it's not a Children of the Corn film. Right. The one that tries to do something different under the, like in the lore of the Children of the Corn film, you hate?
She's just running away.
There's other stuff happening. Yeah. It tries stuff. Yeah. This is, so if Children of the Corn Genesis is Hellraiser Revelations, Children of the Corn Runaway is Hellraiser Judgment. It has not a lot of budget to work with, but they gave it to somebody that had a clear vision and he tried something. And I respect it for what it is. It is so much more competent than Genesis. Genesis is just a fucking mess of a movie. Children of the Corn Runaway, at the very least, is like, it's passable. It is passable. It tries things, and I know that given a little bit more money, it could have done some really cool things.
Really?
But according to you, it's just nothing. Yeah. Wow. Even Clue Gulager couldn't save this. This is actually directed by Clue Gulager's son. Did you know that?
Is it?
Yeah.
I know it was filmed in the same building that Hellraiser Judgment was filmed.
Is it actually?
Yeah. So I figured for sure you would have a love for this. Yeah.
Actually filmed in the same...
I got a note... filmed in the same building as Hellraiser Judgment, which Justin will love.
And I literally just made the comparison to Hellraiser Judgment. I didn't know that. Which building, though?
I don't know. I just...
one of the buildings. Okay. That's fucking awesome. All right. Yeah, this movie's okay. It's... whatever. Apparently... No, it's not okay, according to you. Wow. What opposite picks we have here. Interesting. Okay. So it opens with a black and white title card followed by a narrator telling us about a woman named Ruth. So I guess maybe that's the connection.
Escaping with a child.
Maybe that's the connection. Possibly. If it is, that's pretty cool. Yep. They don't explicitly answer it per se, but if so, that is a cool connection. Of course, you got to watch the 2009 fucking remake to, appreciate the connection.
Better than this piece.
Nope. So the narrator tells us about a woman named Ruth who rebelled against the corn cult, burned the cornfield, and became a runaway. Yeah. So Mark, you might be right. That actually might have been attached to that. That's pretty cool then that somebody was like, you know what? Let's make that
Let's take that thread and pull on it.
Yeah. Yep. Even though that wasn't their thing. It wasn't part of the actual continuity. Ruth gives birth, and then we jump ahead, and her son Aaron is now much older. He's basically like a teenager. Ruth and Aaron are drifters who live on the road. While driving, a strange voice suddenly cuts into the radio saying, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay." Suddenly, Ruth is pulled over by a police officer who impounds her vehicle. So Ruth and Aaron are now stranded in this new town until they can get the car back up and running. A local mechanic named Carl takes pity on the pair and lets them stay inside his garage out of the rain. The next morning, Carl returns to find Ruth has fixed one of the cars in the shop, so he puts her to work. Later, she's visited by a strange little girl in a yellow dress. Ruth and Aaron go grab a bite at a local diner where Ruth sees the same odd little girl in yellow outside and begins to have hallucinations. She also befriends a kind server named Sarah. Carl takes Ruth and Aaron to an actual house they can stay at for a while, apparently the Hellraiser Judgment house. I don't know. I didn't think it was the same house, but sure. Ruth tries to enroll Aaron in school, but this proves difficult as she has no permanent residence, and the principal is also a racist.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Ruth's association with Carl the mechanic, who's black.
Yep.
And the principal advises they continue down the road and leave the town of Luthor. Luthor's the the new name of the town in this film. Ruth sees the creepy yellow dress girl again, but nothing comes of it. Carl and Ruth attempt to hook up, but Aaron interrupts them, and there's an awkward moment as Carl storms off. Later, Carl fires Ruth for apparently screwing up on an oil change, but I think it's more because she didn't screw him.
That's right. Yeah.
This causes Ruth's mental state to further deteriorate. Carl is killed by the girl in yellow. Ruth starts to have visions about her son joining the corn cult children, but he denies this. Ruth breaks down and reveals she's a survivor from the Gatlin, Nebraska massacres to Sarah, the waitress, before asking her to take Aaron out of town so she can stop the evil building in this area. Sarah agrees, and what follows is a battle for salvation as Ruth is forced to reconcile with her horrific past.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you like this one?
So first and foremost,
it's not amazing, but
no. I think part of it is that not even for a second. It's interesting that this is related to the Hellraiser franchise, because
Judgment.
one of the common threads in Hellraiser in a number of the movies is it was you the whole time, and there was never a moment where I didn't think that it was her. I figured it out right away that the girl in the yellow dress was just her. From when she was
still a little ambiguous, but
I mean, they tried to. The other thing spoiler. The girl in the yellow dress is a young Ruth that gets revealed at the end,
right?
Yeah. And when she's following this person, she's never actually there. When the girl in the yellow dress is killing somebody, it's just her killing that person, right?
I didn't interpret it that way.
I think that's what you're supposed to think. Yeah.
I don't think that was it. Yeah. I think it's left to interpretation.
Well, then who's killing all these people?
The girl in the yellow, the entity,
which is her.
Well, I don't think she was the entity. Yeah, that's not how I interpreted it.
I
don't think she was the entity.
I think if you go back and check it again, you'll see that there's like a moment where she's in like the bedroom with the yellow girl,
and the blood's all of a sudden
it's her.
Yeah, and the blood's all. Like, no, I cut that. Well, you're jumping ahead around.
No, you've done the plot.
I know, but like. Take a breath for a second. You're like, wow, the ending sucks. Let's just talk about the ending.
No, but you asked me like why I didn't like it.
Is it specific because you don't like that ending?
No. It's just because I think part of the impact of the movie is you're trying to figure out what is it that's chasing her, and what are they going to do with her when they get there. Why is she seeing all these characters? But never for a moment did I ever think that it wasn't just her.
I thought they left it a little bit more ambiguous than you're interpreting it, but fair enough. I can see your point. Let me talk about some things I liked then, maybe. And maybe I can warm you up a little bit to this one. So Ruth is played by our new character. She's played by Marci Miller. She does a really good job here.
She's okay.
She's a really good actress in this film. This is the first fucking entry where the characters felt genuinely real.
I'm here about the mechanic job.
You got experience?
Some.
Such as?
Salvage, mostly.
Yeah. We fix cars here. We don't strip them for parts.
I got a truck. It's got like 1 million miles on it. Never once been in the shop.
That's all well and good.
Not once. I need the money.
This is the first time in the franchise, with the exception of maybe 2, where everybody. This is maybe the most grounded the series has ever been. Like everyone just acts like real people in this.
Yeah.
They're not acting like aliens. There's no one hamming it up. No one's chewing the scenery. Everyone is acting normal and grounded.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part. The opening between Ruth and her son, like all the scenes with Ruth and Aaron. You could take those scenes, and if I didn't tell you they were from a Children of the Corn film, you would just think they're from some indie drama film. And that speaks to the level of quality of this movie. Is like the acting level and the scene direction is pretty strong here. Yeah. There's some good dialogue we get. And everyone feels real and grounded. And Aaron and Ruth, his mother, I want to root for them. This is the first time I genuinely was like, I feel bad for these fucking characters. Like they're hard off. It reminded me of like, there's a lot of these type of movies like, Pursuit of Happiness, like down on your luck characters where you just want to see them like, just get just a little something.
Somebody give them a chance.
Yeah. So like when it starts off and, the scene where they're like literally just out in the rain.
Yeah.
And then, Carl opens the door to them. I felt so good. I'm like, oh, yes. Okay. Just that little bit of just little something, right? And you slowly watch Ruth try to build something for the two of them. And I like that. I wanted to root for Ruth. Part of the reason, like, this movie is not amazing, but what works for me is it felt like the most grounded character I could actually get behind.
Yep.
It was a character I wanted to see succeed, and it genuinely broke my heart when you get to the end of that ending punch where you find out she's not really well, and it kind of gives you a gut punch in the end. They slow roll it though.
Yeah.
Like you skipped ahead to it, but it is slow rolled. Like, I like that. So Ruth is a survivor I'm always a fan of the survivor characters, especially when they're done right.
Yep.
And this is a good example of they're done right. Ruth is a woman that's trying to escape her past, but that's really fucking hard to do when you get away from an evil entity that has magic powers and like a cult, and you murdered your own parents.
Yeah.
Because they show you a flashback where she murders her own parents.
Well, as a cult kid.
She was one of
all the parents.
That's right. So she's living with that trauma. She clearly has PTSD.
Yeah.
One of the things that's so fucking refreshing, and again, movies never do this. We have a character with mental illness problems. They don't hide it.
Yeah.
She's very open with her son about it, and she even describes it to her son. She says, like, I hear the locusts, and that's usually when my visions I start having hallucinations.
Did you hear the locust again? Whenever you hear that sound, whatever happens next, it's not real.
No, I know, but this time is different. I don't know why.
Different? Like, different how?
Different, like the difference between a painting and a photograph.
That's so refreshing that their relationship is so, like, strong that she's able to talk to her son just so plainly. I really liked that.
Yeah.
It's not a dynamic you would see too often. Anytime they do this where it's like a character has visions or whatever the fuck, they're just hiding it.
Yeah.
Right? And it gets annoying.
Or they're otherwise normal people that just all of a sudden start having visions for no reason because it feeds the plot. Right? You never had visions before, and you're never going to have visions again. But for these 2 weeks, you're going to have some wild visions.
But for this, it makes sense because so like we talked about, like, who has visions? People with PTSD.
Yeah, she's probably been having these for a long time.
Right. And they're not visions, they're trauma flashbacks. But I mean, they kind of are visions because the entity, I interpreted it as the entity was chasing her. Like she couldn't get away. There is a flashback scene in this movie, again, that is like, this would be in any indie drama and you wouldn't know it was a Children of the Corn film. The scene where Ruth is she's trying to take care of her baby. What's his face? The kid, Aaron.
Yep.
Aaron is a baby and he's crying and he's sick. And Ruth is literally on the street and she has to break into the pharmacy to steal medicine for the kid. That is a legit powerful scene.
Yeah.
That, like, again, you took that scene out and I showed you that, you would never know it was in this schlock shitty franchise. Yeah. That's what elevates this movie for me, is it's got these powerful moments of very clear direction, good storytelling, visual storytelling in shit.
Yeah, and I can start to see why you and I had a different experience with this, because I never once for a second gave her the benefit of the doubt. I guess I've just been too jaded by movies like this to know that, oh, hey, they're going to dangle a character like this in front of you, but don't buy it because they're going to turn out to be the very thing that that you're sort of rallying against, right? You bit hard on who this character was, and I right from the start I just got the sense that, like, no, we can't feel sorry for you because you're responsible for all this. And it jaded the whole movie for me.
To me, this whole film hinges on her acting.
Yeah.
There is another scene that I think is really good. And I think the Aaron, like the scenes between Aaron and his mother are really good. Like, there's a good scene where Aaron asks about his dad.
Did you love my father?
I think so. I don't know, it's so long ago.
Do you miss having a man around?
Not when I have you around.
You're the only thing that matters. You always will be.
Clearly, she hadn't been with anybody since I think it was supposed to be Malachi, if we're going with that logic, with that lore. But like, she hadn't been with anybody since Aaron's dad.
Yeah.
When Carl and her, this is, again, talk about Marci Miller's acting here. This is legit good acting. When Carl has some advances on what's her name? Ruth.
Yeah.
And they start to kiss. Look at the facial expressions on Ruth, that Ruth puts out. Yeah. You can clear as day see this is a person that has basically turned off that part of her body up until this moment. And you see that dial slowly start to turn on. Yep. And you can see on her face, her body is like remembering how good it felt to feel another person. It is really good acting.
But you also can't tell whether or not she's enjoying it or whether she's just doing it because she
No,
feels like
I think she's genuinely enjoying it. My interpretation was you can see the human touch. Yeah. She suddenly is like it's like her body is remembering what that felt like. Yep. And she starts like really like, so she starts off kissing awkwardly and then she starts like her body gets
But she's still racked with the guilt of, there's a reason why I haven't done this for 13 years and why I shouldn't be doing it now.
But goddamn, what good acting, man. What good acting in fucking Children of the Corn 10, you know? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she deserves better.
Yeah. Carl surprised me. I think that was a mistake turning him into a piece of shit. I think that was a dumb decision.
Does he turn into, I guess at the end,
he does turn into a piece of shit. So he tries to, he makes a pass at Ruth. They fool around and then Aaron walks in and there's an awkward scene.
Carl. Yeah, sorry.
Not Aaron.
I was thinking of the
Carl.
child.
Yeah. Carl's the mechanic. Yeah. So Carl is trying to get with Ruth, and then Ruth doesn't shut him down. She doesn't stop his advances. What happens is Aaron stops it, and then the heat kind of dies down, and then she's like, let's pause this. It's really weird and awkward. Yeah. He wants to like keep it going, and he gets kind of forceful.
Well, yeah, I think
then the scene turns.
I think Aaron coming in allows the guilt side of her feelings to kind of override the pleasure side, and then she just can't get it back.
Yeah.
So she's like, she has a moment of clarity, and she's like, no, this can't happen.
Right.
And I got the sense that they weren't going to be doing this again. This wasn't just let's just wait for another opportunity. I think she was like, no. I was doing this for the wrong reasons. You gave me a house. You gave me a job. Part of this is me feeling like I should do this. I do enjoy it.
I felt that she would have gone for it again. I think he just turns into a piece of shit.
Yeah, he does.
He turns into a little bitch when she goes back to work, and then she terminates her.
I got the sense that the reason they did that is because when they kill him right after, you need to kind of feel like
you had this coming,
right?
Yeah.
Whereas I don't feel like they had to do that. I'm with you. Like it could have meant more if they had just left him.
I don't think they needed to make him a bad guy.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Up until that point.
And then there's that turn. Yeah. I liked Sarah.
I didn't.
Oh, I really liked Sarah.
I liked Sarah up until
the ending. Yeah. No, the ending's stupid.
Fucking stupid.
No, the ending's stupid. But I liked as a supporting character. I thought she was great. I like all the little scenes. So what ends up happening is like Ruth has to work at the, during the day, she works at the mechanic shop, like the auto shop.
Yep.
And then across the street is like a diner. And then she befriends Sarah, the like friendly waitress, who's like, it's a very like Puritan, like straight edge, like straight laced religious town. But Sarah is like the down to earth, like just chill person, right? So she acts very normal. And she ends up bonding with Aaron.
Cornell thinks his soup's cold.
God damn it!
And I like that dynamic. There's some really fun scenes there between the two of them, like talking about things. And she's a really good, like, she worked as a great support character. Of course, they ruin her.
Yeah.
similar to like Carl. It's the same problem, because then the twist is, oh no, Sarah's also part of the cult, which doesn't make any sense.
It does not make any sense.
How would she? What did she run ahead of them and planted herself in that town?
Like
it makes no sense.
She's like infiltrating. Imagine the level of effort that would be required to. Because it doesn't look like she started working there yesterday. She's been working there a while.
Months.
She's the one that
makes zero sense.
She's the one that knows all the locals. She can talk to them the way that she wants to because she's been around forever. She knows everything on the menu. She's been at this restaurant, this tavern, this place for a long time. So it's not like she must have been planted there years before Ruth and her son ever come through town.
It doesn't make any sense.
I'm like. And that was another thing that I just couldn't stand at this movie because it's like that again. It's a convenience that would never happen. Like there's no way you're lining that up, right? So if there is this he who walks behind the rows who's moving the chess pieces to eventually catch up to, or he can just kill her.
Yeah.
Like why does he have to 10 years from now, she's going to come driving on this road and she's going to get a breakdown and I'll have somebody in there that, or you could just go over to her right now. And there's no way that anyone's going to know that she's going to end up there.
It's stupid. It's stupid. That whole thing is dumb. Let's talk about the ending. So the twist is that the girl in yellow was a young Ruth. So she's seeing visions of herself. I actually liked that. I liked that she was seeing visions of herself. No, I don't know. I think that's a twist where it's kind of like that's kind of a little clever. Yeah. It's not some evil. It's not a representation of the evil. It's a representation of her evil past.
Yeah.
So that to me works. I like the idea that it's taunting her with what she did.
Yeah.
That to me works. Your interpretation, because the girl in yellow goes around, and that's our killer in the movie, is she kills random people in the town. So your interpretation is that Ruth was doing that under the influence and was...
Yeah, it was her the whole time.
My interpretation is not that. My interpretation is at the end, the entity was trying to fool the son.
Yeah, maybe.
That's my interpretation.
I mean, the reason why I think this is because she spends more time with the girl in the yellow dress than anybody else, yet she never gets threatened by the girl in the yellow dress.
Oh, I see your point.
Everybody else gets killed who never has any interaction with
Right.
the girl in the yellow dress. So it just screamed, "Oh, it's you. Oh, okay. You're just, yeah, you're thinking back to your memories of you as a child, but then you're having these delusions, and then you go out of it for a few minutes and you can't remember what's going on." When you are actually the one that's
maybe. I don't. That wasn't my interpretation. My interpretation is that the entity and or Sarah was committing the murders, and they were just gaslighting Ruth so that she looked like a murderer to her son, and then the big turn is that her son kills her. Which, again, I want to gush about Marci Miller. That scene where she is like breaking down in the kitchen in front of her son where she's covered in the blood and she says like, "I'm sick."
Mommy's sick. You were right. I know that now. Everything is much clearer now. Don't. You're afraid of me. I get that. But I'm your mother. I need you to listen. Okay, I got something I gotta tell you. Sarah is not how you think she is. Okay? You gotta stay away from her, you understand? You understand what I'm saying? Just keep away from her. She's not your friend. She's your enemy. She's who we've been running from for your entire life.
All of this would be great if I thought for a second that it wasn't her the whole time.
Yeah, but you still think... I don't think that was it. No, I think they were trying to make it look like she did it. I don't think she had done any of those things.
Otherwise, like, why does she always end up, you know what?
Well, because the entity has magic powers. Like, no, but I mean, honestly, it's like... Yeah, like, I don't know that she actually was covered in blood because there's actually a shot... So this is clever editing. She kneels down beside the girl in yellow, and she's having a flashback to herself murdering her own parents or murdering some adults.
Yep.
When she stands back up, she's suddenly covered in blood.
Yeah.
Where did the blood come from?
Well, she killed somebody in the house, didn't they?
Yeah,
Remember, she went in there to kill the teacher.
Did she?
Yeah.
No, did she? Because then there's that weird shot where she goes and looks at the body and it does like this weird like.
Yeah, I got to comment on that.
Yeah.
For a movie that is only 82 minutes, I think this one is.
Yeah.
Man, did they milk the living shit out of that? Let's play a scene and
then
let's
reverse
rewind it.
Yeah,
I don't know why they even had to do it.
Yeah.
Like it didn't help anything,
No.
but it just, hey, let's get this movie over
It
the
looks
runtime.
kind of cool, but it doesn't
It's
serve a
not.
purpose.
Yeah.
It doesn't serve a purpose at all. Yeah. No.
So this is like, again, she's asking Sarah to take her son away because she's got to go take care of some things. Some of those things are like her going after the principal who wouldn't let her son join the school. Like, and yeah, she dies. Like Carl dies. Like these are all, I'm just like, yeah, this is no surprise to me that it's just you going and getting rid of your enemies. So
maybe that's what was happening. I still don't think that's what was
I wish
happening.
I could have watched it the way you did.
I think what actually was happening was the entity and Sarah were gaslighting Ruth to then turn Aaron against her.
Yeah,
that's my interpretation.
That's a better movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, Mark.
Yeah.
That's why
But it's not what
number
happened,
5.
but it's-
Well, it's certainly better than this film. That's for sure.
Did you watch until the end credits?
Is it an after credit scene again?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I have a couple things I want to, a couple more things I want to mention. Did you catch the Clue Gulager cameo?
Yeah, he's one of the customers.
He's one of the diner patrons.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, you reckon Mr. Atchison minds you comping all those people up there?
Who said I was comping him?
I know what you're doing. You're stealing his fucking money. Those freebies, they add up, girl.
Well, thank you, Krusty, looking out for my job security. No, you're a real sweetheart.
Oh, you crazy bitch, you burn me! You burn the hell out of me! God damn!
You know, I'd be happy to comp that for you.
Yeah, you comp everybody else.
Good old Clue.
It's good to see Clue. I don't know. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a neat little touch. He doesn't do much. But
Another Nightmare on Elm Street 2 reference. Yeah.
yes. Clue Gulager, a 3-time /cinema member now because he Elm Street 2, Return of the Living Dead, and now Children of the Corn Runaway.
Small part, but a good part.
Yeah, he's just a cranky diner patron. Yep. I didn't see the after credit scene, but I wanted to gush about the credits. Actually, the credits are awesome in this. The end credits. You know what I'm talking about? Do you remember this?
No.
So the end credits, and this is again why I want to compare it to Hellraiser Judgment. There's a little bit of artistry in this one. They're both Hellraiser Judgment and Runaway 10th entries, interestingly. And the end credit sequence, it's haunting children's music playing, and then it's all of a sudden in black and white, and all of the actors, it shows their name and then it says their character name. And they're doing these weird tableaus at the camera. It's really off-putting, but man, is it effective.
And kind of old-timey Hollywood where they used to do
it's really
a cast
creepy.
of characters at the end.
Yeah, but it's like twisted. That's a great end credits. And what's the after credit scene? Is it just when Aaron's like preaching?
No.
Oh, there was
that's before.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So I remember that. There's
a scene closes with a scene of he who walks behind the rows putting its smoky arm around the yellow dressed girl out in the field.
I did not see this at all. Yeah. I very rarely go after the credits because very rarely do these these aren't Marvel movies. So why do you have after credits?
But every once in a while they'll throw something in there.
And that's why you catch these way more than I do.
That's why I didn't see the credits because I always zip to get to the end to see if there's something else.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, no, I didn't catch that. Yeah.
But it was another reason why I didn't like the movie because you could watch this one just thinking that it's her and her delusions and there's not actually any force.
But then they ruin it,
right?
With that
then they ruin it by making it blatantly obvious.
But there has to be a force for her to be innocent, though. There would have to be.
Right, but maybe she's not innocent, right? Because remember, I'm watching it from the perspective of she's just going around killing people.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So at least
this
from that
isn't
perspective.
Freddy's nightmares,
right.
buddy.
Because
it's not always you.
Right. But think about it. Why would these corn cult kids have any interest in coming and finding you? They want to be left alone. Like you
but
leave.
it's the entity that's chasing her.
Right. So I guess I'm just under the perspective that I wish it was just, okay, if you leave, we're not coming for you. You just can't, nobody can come in. If you come in, we're going to get you. And, she's just having, she's had a tough life. She's a broken human as a result of her experiences, and it's causing her to kill people. I'm like, maybe I can take something from that. No, there was an actual he who walks behind the rose that was a smoky beast.
You could interpret that Sarah wasn't actually a Corn cult member and that she was just possessed by the entity.
That's worse. I don't know.
Something. Yeah. This movie's better than you give it credit. 11. This isn't an 11. This is not an 11. Yeah. That's too harsh.
There wasn't a second when I was watching this where I was like, it's you. It was you the whole time.
Yeah, just didn't appreciate the acting. That's unfortunate. Yeah, you missed a actual demonstration of quality acting.
No, but see, it makes it worse because when they're trying to angle you towards a character and make you feel something for them, if you know you're not going to feel something for them, now it's just all smoke and mirrors. Right. So it works for you because you felt for her only at the end, maybe, depending on how you sort of interpret the ending, you're like,
to me, the ending's
now I'm not sure how I feel.
No, to me, the ending's a little heartbreaking.
Yeah. For me, I wasn't heartbroken about her at all because I just, you didn't comment on quite possibly the best scene of the movie. Right at the very beginning when they're in the hotel room. And
there's someone fucking next door.
Aaron, I think Aaron's the son.
Yeah.
He's looking out the window and you can hear in the next room, there's
people fucking.
Some sex going on.
Yeah.
The woman comes out. She's obviously a prostitute.
Yeah.
She sees him looking at her through the window. So she tries to make a face at him or a kissy face, but she slips and falls and smacks her face off the window ledge and busts her lip open. It's just funny. It's just
hilarious.
Put it in.
I'm not even going to show you that. Nope, all you get is Mark's description of it.
That's it.
That's all I got to say. Yeah, I think Runaway is pretty good.